Welcome back to True to Horse Horsemanship. Today we got a late 2-year-old, which means she's almost 3. She was an orphan baby, and luckily enough with her, even though she lost her mother about 2 months old, and by that time she didn't really want the bottle. So something with the orphans, you gotta watch them being mouthy and all. In her case, don't have to worry about it because she don't associate humans with that nipple, and so she don't try you that way. But she's still got some characteristics of an orphan baby, because what happens is they get handled so much because everybody wants to do the bleeding heart thing because the poor little thing lost his mother, and I understand that, but you gotta remember a horse psyche. You know, they want leadership. They don't want babied and pampered and everything else at that age, because just like what we're running to kids now, we've done that to kids, and now we got kids running around shooting people. You know, of course we want to take the guns away and not fix the damn problem. So with her, when she first got here, she was really pushy. She was in your face. She tried to run over you, and that she's been here, I'd say a week, wouldn't you say, honey? So I've been doing basic groundwork, been doing the flag, doing all my prep work, getting control of her feet, and getting the saddle on her. And I haven't showed that because, you know, I've showed that so many times. I will go through a quick rundown of what I've done with her over and over again, except for the Andalusian filly. And the reason I didn't do that is coming up in a future episode. I purposely didn't do with that Andalusian filly because these people who don't go through this step, I want to show you what happens when you do bring something in a like plastic bag with that filly, when you're too concentrated on riding. So, you know, this is first step for me, get her used to a blanket over her back, and, you know, with a saddle. And luckily enough, with her being an orphan baby and being handled so much, that she took to this piece of cake. And of course I did the pressure around the girth area thing. With her, I'm not going to go through it. I put my 60-foot lariat on her and got pressure on her side. Got her given to it just like this. Like I can lead her all around just with this rope around her girth area. But before you try to start your own horse, know your limitations and be real with yourself, because you're not going to do the horse any good, and long run it's liable to cost you more money and hospital bills, or you end up having to call a trainer that he could have got the horse started real easy, but you got him so screwed up that it takes longer. And also for you trainers out there, be honest with yourself. This horse was worked by another trainer, and she was a lady, but that don't make a crap one way or the other. But basically she said just shoot, if it was her horse, she'd shoot it in the head. Now this horse has only been here a week. Yeah, actually a week exactly today. And as you can see, she's a raving lunatic. She's standing real quiet behind me and not giving a dang. So basically what we're going to go through, just groundwork. I'm going to get the saddle on her. And because I like getting the saddle on the horse as soon as I possibly can. So every time I work that horse on the ground, even I got that horse used to that saddle. The more I get that horse used to the saddle, the better off I'm going to be when I climb in it. And also I'm going to be putting my DL side pull on her, so I get her giving the flexing a little bit while I'm working around, get her used to that pressure. So that's just the next step before I do ride her. Now the first time I put the saddle pad on her, she took it like a champ. and I knew she would. I wasn't worried about it. So, you know, I did the rubby thing and let her, I'm not big, and I don't care if she smells her or not, because the darn blanket's not going on her nose, it's going on her back. So I did just rub her on her back, you know, on her shoulder a little bit, you know, both sides. And then I just, in my feeble little mind, it's going to go smooth. I don't worry about what a horse moves. If the horse moves, so what? You take a step back and just go reapproach him. People get so caught up, start thinking about, well, this can happen, that can happen, this can happen. Well, yeah, it can happen. It can happen with a dead broke horse too, but don't think about it. Now, this will be the third time the saddle's on her, this filly. And some people would just sneak the saddle on her even right now. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I did my damn groundwork. I did my prep work. I'm getting that saddle on her. There's got a story on that with a Mustang. A fellow named Albert brought to me. He was at another trainer for 3 months. And if you look at some of my old YouTube stuff, he's there. The horse been saddled for 3 months. You had to sneak the saddle on him. And Albert, first time I went to saddle him, Albert's waiting for me to sneak it. And I saw that horse tense up. And I asked him, so how many times, you know, how long has this person been riding this horse? And he told me. And I said, well, that's BS. I just grabbed that saddle and just threw that horse on the back, just threw that saddle on its back. It didn't like it. And it reacted. Took the saddle back off. I put it back on it again. By 3 months' time, if I can't put a horse without a saddle on the horse's back without sneaking it on there, I think y'all look for another job. So like I said, this nice little filly. One of the things I noticed with her, I started out by not using a buggy whip. And this mare has sticky feet. And like I explained to the owner yesterday, I gotta get this mare's feet locked preferably before I get on her. Because she's sticky feet while I'm on top of her. And when them feet finally do come unstuck, it might not be too pretty. Now I don't have it super tight. Just got it snug. The back girth, I just want it right now, just where she kicks at it, she can't put her foot in it. I don't care right now if it's super tight or I just got it touching her. You know, as you see me do before, I don't want her just going to a trot. I want her to go right into a walk, just like that. In other words, I want her to match my persona. My big word for today. And you're liable to see her try me. Because before I start reversing her, I'm going to pick up that buggy whip, because if she comes charging at me, I want to make dang sure I got something to back her off. I cannot back down. Now, the first few times I moved her feet out, this is there. She didn't want to move. Now there she pinned her ears a little bit at me, but I'm not going to worry about it. You notice when I'm using my rope, or if I go to the buggy whip, when I want her to move forward, I go for behind that jaw. That's the steering wheel, people. Don't go to the butt. You go in the butt, you're going to be going around circles. You never get nothing done. Because if I go to butt, she's going to move that butt away from me, and that front end's going to stay at me. And like with this Orphan baby, she's going to try me. And I know she's going to try me. And it goes back to my earlier statement, and I cannot back down. Because if I back off this mare when she's coming at me, and I don't know if she will today or not, some point she's going to hurt somebody. Because right now it's what I call a mock charge. It's not a real. She's just trying to get my bluff. She's trying to push, see how far I'll take. And no, I'm not going to use that mountain block. I know a young lady yesterday said something about it, and she said something about stuff on the side. She wanted to go out in the middle where there was nothing. I said, no, you're not. You're going to go right here. I want this horse to learn where its feet's going. So this filly's relaxed. She's going to see this stuff. So this is real cut, you know, cut and dry. Right there she. Got a little, because my main thing right now is just getting her used to that saddle. This will be a few times you really see me put a horse on the circle, this much. That was good. First time I did that, all I saw was 2 front feet. I had a little 2-year-old rearing up and walking at me. And some people say, well, what did you do? Well, I had a horse coming at me, so what in the heck do you think I did? I popped it on its nose. Because it was too late to flex her to get her out of the rear, because she was walking. So I let her know once, that was not good behavior. That's not what I was looking for. So here in a minute, I'm going to switch to my side pole. I didn't switch right to it yet because I'll be working one side of the mouth, side of her face at a time. I'm going to bump her up here a little bit though. So if I use a tool, that's my please. How much energy I want her to expel, I'm going to expel. I'm going to stay right here at this drive line. In other words, if you put a V, I'm right here, this area, or I might even get a little bit behind it so I can push her forward. And when I'm using a buggy whip like this, my rule of thumb is I should never be able to touch this horse, especially one like her. Because I pretty well got her out where she's challenging me, but right now it's, as far as for me to trust her, it's going to take me about 2 more weeks before I'll trust her. So I'm going to go in a neutral and ask for a stop. Like I say, you know, whips, spurs, and all that's a tool. I don't have 4 feet, so I gotta come up with something. And that's what I gotta use. Because especially a horse like this, I'm gonna say it again, when she did them couple of mock charges on me, if I backed off of her, one time's not gonna be a mock charge. And I just bought new teeth, and boy, I like to keep them. Because I don't think they insure teeth. But she, like I said, I'm going to go back again and get on my bandwagon a little bit. This is not a horse that should have been put down. No shape or form. And y'all out there can see it. Yes, she is opinionated and everything, but she's a nice little filly. She's going to make a nice horse. She's really sure of herself. that just tells me the other person was over her head. So the best thing, I would just say, you know, I can't handle a horse like that, so you need to find somebody who can. That's the proper way to say it. You don't tell somebody, you know. So I'm just gonna take my rope, take it behind her butt, and just flex it. This is so simple, and this will go a long way. Just one simple exercise. This will go farther than moving that hip or anything. And plus, and at first, you know, most horses going to scoot and run. So I got long enough rope here, I just stay out of the way, and I'll still bend them. You know, human society got a tendency, that's complicated, so it must work. Well, actually, sometimes the simplest things works the best, and it's a no-brainer. Now, what I like to do is keep doing this with this filly. That was real nice. I like to, and I probably might play with her on this, because I got a young girl be riding her that doesn't know much, so I got to get this horse primo. So I'll keep doing this until I can just lift up this line and the horse bends. That's soft. Now I'll do it with just pull her around. And
You're not worried about getting kicked.
Yeah.
No, seriously. You're not worried about getting kicked on that one.
Well, I'm so far away from the horse, you know. Because what he's going to do is kick out at the rope.
That way, yeah.
You know, some horses bolt forward, and Cindy brought up a good thing. Some horses will kick at it. I'm getting a lot of stuff done right now. Teaching this horse how to give. Now, see, I'm not pulling real hard. I'm just using a steady pull. So when she gives right there, I quit. That's the release. I'm going to pull some more. I'm going to release. So, well, I'm teaching this horse. Number one is get used to stuff around its legs. Number two, she's learned how to move that hip from pressure. You know, yes, my leg won't be that far back, but she'll still get the idea. See, what's happened is, I haven't ran it for a long time. So all of a sudden, all of it's coming out. So I'm just gonna, right then I was too focused thinking about what I was gonna say. But with this 30-foot lead on her, it's not flat, it's round, so I don't have to really worry about it getting hung up on her hind legs and tighten up. Also, it's long enough I can get back here, and as Cindy brought up about a kicky horse, and this would be good for a kicky horse also. You know, the more you get a horse used to stuff like that around their back legs, better off. Yeah. I just keep at it until they do it quiet. Yeah, Cindy just, I don't know if the camera, my mic picked up on it, not, but Cindy's full of questions today too, which is good, because she asked, hey, y'all didn't hear, what happens if the horse overreacts at first? You just keep doing it. If that means you just do one side, she's taking it pretty good, so I'm going to do both sides with her today. Like I said, this is a nice even keel, nothing fancy, but this is where that foundation comes. If you got a horse that overreacts to it at first, keep at it, keep at it. Do not stop that training session until that horse bends, turns quietly. And don't get lazy. You know, let's say the horse finally did it once, say, oh, okay, I'm done. The horse did it one time. No. That's when you got to keep going. Do not stop right there. I know everybody says stop on a good note. No, you want to stop on that super sweet note. Not a good note, the super sweet. Because if you just stop on a good note, you know, let's say you've been working. They did it one time real nice. They said, okay, I'll quit. I was about getting in trouble on that next statement. But anyhow, I won't stop. Well, you're going to have to go through it again the next day. So on that training session, you're already tired. You're already hopefully maybe got in shape a little bit because you are exercising and moving. So just keep at it. You already got the horse up and it's going real nice. So then make a game out of it. You know, right now I like for her to straighten her head.
I like to get yours.
I want to say something to her.
Juno.
There we go. So I'm going to make a game out of it. I'm just going to slowly pick up. Of course, right now Eeyore's cheating. Little burrow over there. But I'm going to play, and next time when I'm doing this without the camera, and I got, you know, no time restrictions with her, because I like to make this as real as possible, so I feel bad when I got to edit anything out, because I want to tell y'all, excuse me, if I edit anything out, it's because of this repetition. Anything bad happen, you're going to see it. I'm not going to edit the bad stuff. Slowly pull. Slowly. The reason I want to pull slowly, because when she gives, I can stop pulling at that point, and then, you know, pull a little bit more. Just slowly pull. I'm just going to hold that. There, that's nice. So we're just going to walk around a little bit here. See, I can make a game of this. I can get back here. You know, like I say, have fun with it. The more you teach this horse on the ground, good girl. She's doing what she thinks I'm asking of her. Better off you're going to be for that first ride, because y'all probably see that first ride. So she's giving real good on this right side. So I'm paying attention that for my computer brain, that when I start her riding that first time, I'm going to face her right, because she's real flexible to this side. So if I got disengaged her hiney, I won't be able to do it real good. But right now I'm going to take it one step farther. I'm going to pull. We're just going to walk around. Really get that hip moving. See, I'm teaching her how to move the hip. I'm getting flexibility. I'm teaching the horse how to move that hip. I'm teaching that horse how to have something behind her hocks. So I'm getting a lot of stuff done. So her name is Juno, actually. She's the only one I think I've been calling her by her name, because Cindy makes fun of me. Horses here, they got names. Sorrel mare, black gelding, if we had one in. Had an Appy, it'd be the Appy gelding.
Paint Mustang.
Huh?
Paint Mustang.
Yeah, paint Mustang. And the reason behind that, as long as I don't call this horse by name, I keep that wall up a little bit so I don't have to worry about getting attached. So there is something behind it. So she's doing real good. And it's nice. She's a quick study, actually. She's a very independent girl. And even with that, when she did that couple mock charges at me, there was something about her I liked, because I can see her mind working. And I like a horse that thinks. Cindy will tell you that. Yeah, she just says I like opinionated women. And she's right, I do. So, yeah, I guess it carries, yeah, my mare's that way too. But I guess it carries over. But I like a thinking horse. I like, Cindy's made comments a couple times. My horses, when I'm on them, business. That's all it is. And Sue could get out there and play, and you know, I let him out in the morning. Sue just running out there. Even old Smoke got worried about him this winter, but he's pulling out of it. So, by George, he keeps, every time I threaten him, he comes back out of it and gets back. So that's good. I'm glad. But you know, they got their playtime. But when that bridle or the halters on them are there, like right now, my presence, I want work. I want work ethic. And that's, can't help it. That's the way I am. And it carries over into my horses. That's good. But anyway, she's a nice little filly. And can you believe it? Somebody said if that was their horse, they'd put her down. Imagine that. But that said, that's a good place to end it. So now all my equipment, my headstalls and everything, they're top quality made. You can't, for the price that we sell them for, you're not going to be able to touch them. They're really heavy harness. They're double on the top. It's triple layered, so it's not going to break, not very easily, and they'll probably last a lifetime if you don't treat it like I do. But because I'm hard on equipment, so that tells you something right there. You know, I put money in there to get it. So keep that in mind if you need a headstall or a book or a halter. The only thing we're not going to carry is saddles and stuff. So okay, I paid the bills, hopefully. So with that said, as I always say, be true to the horse, they'll be true to you. First and foremost, be true to yourself. That's the only way to do it. And actually, this put me in a better mood. So y'all out there, thank you. I needed it. Because we all grumpy at times. You know, especially poor me and Cindy, we can't get away by ourselves because we got a working ranch. I mean, what can you do? And we haven't had good help. So any local people, come by and we'll interview you and give you a chance and maybe give us a break for a couple of days.
I gotta check the. He's too little for a duck, huh?
So, yeah, we got a hawk. We got a bunch of baby ducks out there. See, y'all really getting a pull down weights going on. So with that said, my grandkids, my kids, special person out there, watch Lake Cadney, and God bless and take care. And now, honey, you can go check your duck.